Welcome to Vital Signs. We are here today because we are sharing what's happening in the health and wellness space. How can we bring about peak human performance? And I'm really excited to bring back our resident expert in fertility, Jessica Preston with De Novo. Jessica, welcome back, and I know you've brought a couple of special guests with you.
Oh, thank you so much for having us back. We're so thrilled to be here. And today I brought with me Emily and Tristan, and they have been in our program and are here to share their story with you.
Welcome, Emily and Tristan. It's so exciting to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So I'm going to dive right in. First of all, congratulations. I believe that your journey has been successful with fertility. And I know that it's been quite a journey for you. So it would be really wonderful to share a little bit about what it is that you've done along the way and what made you choose to work with Jessica and her team at De Novo. What was it that had you say yes so that you could finally get this amazing result?
Yeah, that's a great place to start. So we had we have a 7-year-old at home, and we have a 3-year-old who's in heaven, and she was stillborn, and um, that was a really difficult situation, and it then subsequently led to some some more loss after that, some miscarriages. And so by the time we were introduced to Jessica, we had already been in the traditional system for a little while without receiving too much too much help. And
I think the next step for the system were to be an intervention or a treatment, right? So, some sort.
right,
But it was more of like a guess and check sort of approach.
right. And when I was first introduced to Jess, she said that she would study all of our history and every bit of medical information we could get from her, and then we would have 2 hours to talk with her. And when you're used to getting 10 or 15 minutes of a doctor's time, 2 hours was something that just reading that brought tears to my eyes. And I knew that we were going to be meeting someone who really cared and who was really curious, just as much as we are, in terms of what we could do and how we could move forward on our journey.
And some of the things that Jessica said involved drilling down to root cause and looking at a holistic view, not just treatment options, but what was it in our history, in our minds, in our hearts, in our nutrition, in our physical well-being that was, maybe our area that needed support.
So let me ask you a question. What was the most surprising part of the process working with Jessica? What was it that maybe you were caught off guard, or that you didn't think was a part of the process that made a big difference for you guys as a couple and as you move through this journey?
I think the answer to that was really one of the bigger areas that we needed to work on, and me in particular, which was nervous system work. Um, I was very concentrated on what I could do with my body and what adjustments I could make, um, without really taking into account how much my nervous system was affecting the rest of my health. And so she introduced a practice called heart math that really set us into a trajectory of getting into that place where we were no longer in fight or flight. We were moving into rest and digest and procreate, as she likes to say.
And for me personally, I had no idea that this sort of coaching would help me in so many ways, including at work, ways to deal with difficulties, ways to interact better, ways to be a better leader at work. It was like, wow, I didn't know this was going to be coaching that, like career coaching.
Yeah, it's amazing how what we do in one area of life we do in all. So Jessica, I'm going to turn to you. Did that answer surprise you? And what is it that you would love to share with everyone who's watching and listening who identifies with this story? Like, what is it about your techniques and your coaching and your team's coaching that really helps with that nervous system regulation?
Yes, it's actually not a surprise for me. We do focus on what we call nervous system regulation, but it's so hard for people to understand what that means. And I think the bottom line is about 5% of us is conscious. It's conscious of what we're thinking. We have the same thoughts and patterns every day, and 95% is unconscious. So it's those programs that we have that are underlying our known thoughts that actually impact our nervous system. So we at DeNova, our entire team got together to find out how can we best help people understand that subconscious space. So what we do is we help everyone settle their nervous system into a place where they can receive the information and they can have an easier time changing their nutrition or their lifestyle or their communication at home with each other, communication with your own self, communication with your loved ones, as Tristan said, people at work. And so that is a big focus, and it's very important in any of these lifestyle change programs to really look at nervous system safety.
Thank you so much for that. And I have a burning question for Emily and Tristan today, and that's you've been through quite a journey. You've been through loss. You've been through this nervous system regulation. What was that emotion that you felt when you recognized that, hey, wait, we've actually met with success? And talk to me a little bit about that emotional journey, because after we've experienced loss in a fertility journey, even if we have conceived, sometimes there's a lot of fear around what if it happens next. Like, talk to me a little bit about what that emotional journey looked like and how you were supported by DeNovo.
Well, the support is second to none. We meet weekly with a team of experts who can address anything really that comes up, any fear or any test result or anything, and there's someone there that can speak to it, and oftentimes from multiple different perspectives, and so that is really an invaluable resource to have such an amazing team that's rooting for you and cheering for you, but also just so um, has such expertise at the same time. They're not just cheerleaders. Uh,
Tristan, any words for this? I mean, what are y'all feeling now? You're pretty far along, and it's coming up quick. Like, what are you experiencing now from an emotional standpoint? How are you guys feeling about the next couple of weeks as you embark on this next chapter?
Yeah, sometimes we don't like to admit the risk in a fertility journey and a pregnancy, but we know and have experienced the trauma from loss. So each step presents new fears and new data, new information, new feelings, new experiences in with Emily's body. Every pregnancy is different, so we are step by step recognizing those fears, saying, "Hey, they're real," and then processing them, and coming up with some ways to think about them and how to be in a healthier mind space. Again, with the nervous system being in a place of calm and rest, so that baby has everything that we can do to make them happy and healthy as much as we can. So, yeah, walking through those fears with the support team is incredible.
That's fantastic, and you've got my support right there with you, Jessica. As you hear these words from this amazing couple, and we celebrate their journey, any last words that you'd like to leave our audience with today?
I'm so happy witnessing and watching Emily and Tristan through their whole journey. And we get just as excited to meet with them as they are to meet with us every week. They're in our pregnancy program now. They were in our pre-pregnancy program, and now we are at 32 weeks, and we're looking at the home stretch and super excited for them.
It's amazing to see. It's great to hear from you. Thank you so much, Emily and Tristan, for sharing your journey with us, because I know many people at home are experiencing some of the same fears, some of the same traumas, and to know that there is something else out there. Thank you for sharing your journey. I really appreciate you today.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, and we wish the best for everyone out there.
Thank you and congratulations. Jessica, once again, thank you for your expertise. If people are watching and they would like to learn a little bit more about their program, how can they reach out to you?
Yes, thank you for that, Jen. So you can go to our website at denovofertility.com. We are on Facebook at Denovo Fertility Community. We are also on Instagram, Denovo_fertility. You can find us on TikTok as well as YouTube and LinkedIn.
Thank you so much. And we do have to take a brief break, but we will be right back after these messages.